Hi, Gail here. Welcome. Hope you're travelling well in your life. We are at the beginning of September and spring, and hope where you are it's as lovely as it is here today. Clear blue skies, no wind and no clouds. So let's hope the whole of September is that way. However, I have a feeling we've got a bit of a really cold snap coming. Can't say why, I just know. Have this feeling. So for September, I'll draw some cards shortly, just to give us a bit of an outline and a guide for the month. We know it's spring, we know we're going to feel a little bit more energised, motivated to do things that haven't been done and to try and start keeping up with the lawns, or at least preparing ourselves to keep up with the lawns and all of that kind of thing. It is a month to count our blessings, to look at the year, particularly this year, and go, wow, we are lucky. Because seriously, we are lucky. And yes, you can complain and we can find things to complain about, and that's because we don't really compare with other people and other circumstances in other places in the world. So just be mindful of doing that, because we are very, very lucky and we do not want this virus. It is the nastiest of nasties, so stay safe and stay clear from that. On that note, September, I had a look at 3 different areas. Before I do the actual cards for the month, I've looked at 3 separate areas. Love and relationships, because we have them, things maybe have changed within the dynamic of our relationship during this whole year. And so it's good just to have a little indicator at this month that we're in now, where we sit with our relationships. And for those of you who do not have a relationship, this is the month that you can actually get out there and find a relationship. You actually can. There's a lot you can do. This is the month for love that has a little bit of a magical X factor component, and you live a life, you live a pattern. Our lives have been upset, so you've broken your pattern a little bit. So let's just take that one step forward. If you have no one in your life and you want a companion in your life, go to a place you've never been to before. Like when I was growing up, my parents always looked at pubs, for instance, as being the worst place in the world, where the worst people in the world went. So one of my challenges in the early days was to go to a pub and just see for myself exactly what that was like. And they were like me. And they were wonderful people, and they were normal people. And it was a little uncomfortable for me, but I made myself go until I felt comfortable. You can meet all kinds of really, really amazing and interesting people by going somewhere that you would not normally go. So somewhere outside of your normal pattern, kind of like just challenge yourself to give it a go. Like even if it's a knitting, art or craft group, and I know that's kind of bordering on the other side of it, but just to give you an example, you can meet your significant other anywhere, but if you only go in certain places in certain directions, the likelihood is slimmer. So this month, please be the dare yourself to do things, dare yourself to go places that are different, and you just never know who you're going to meet. So, if you've never been to church before, go to church. Like just go to church. If you wanted to have a look at a different kind of church, go to maybe like the spiritualist church, or a church that's into other things. If you're brave enough, and if you're not brave, challenge yourself. Seriously, go see that there's nothing to be afraid of, like I did with pubs, and I was just amazed at how normal and ordinary and wonderful these people are, just like us. So do that for new relationships if you're looking for it. I can tell you that you are in a prime position to actually be able to find someone this month, okay? Those that are in a relationship, this is an amazing time to actually enrich the relationship that you're in. Again, by, hey, just do something different. Like be weird or wild or whatever you want to do, but just cozy, cuddly things that are maybe too warm and fuzzy or airy-fairy or whatever, but do them. Just do. Go to some opera, or go to some play, or go to the beach if you don't usually go to the beach and you're scared of the sun. Just cover yourself up, but go where you can actually spend time just you and your other half, you know. For those that are looking for new relationships, I didn't mention, but this is what you're looking for. You are looking for the divinely perfect partner for you. You are looking for the male or female version of you. So that is your focus. And if you have that focus in your head and go different places, experience different things, just watch and see what happens. So still on the lines of relationships that you're already in, if you've got any kind of emotional difficulty or unresolved issues, this is a month to maybe bring them out softly, just to say, hey, what do you reckon? Or, you know, this has been bugging me, or I just don't understand this part, you know, can you explain? And for women talking to men, please, it is use your mind rather than your emotion. Your emotion's going to get all tangled up, and then you're not going to make any sense to anybody, even yourself. So for you that have left a relationship that has gone through this year and your relationship has broken up, please know there is something very powerful that you can do for yourself in your life. And one of the first places to start, and I've said this before, is to start having a relationship with yourself that you would love to have with someone else. Do things for yourself that support you, encourage you, nurture you, make you feel loved and cared for. Do all of those kinds of things. Have a conversation with yourself. It doesn't hurt to sit in your own home and talk to yourself out loud. It's interesting when you hear your own voice. You don't feel quite so alone. There's just lots of little things that you can do. Anything that jumps into your imagination. Okay, around relationships and love this month, go for it. Then I had a little look for September with work. Now this is go inside yourself. Look deep inside yourself. I want you to just do that. I know it's difficult sometimes when there's so many distractions around you, but if you just sit and you question yourself, or you just sit and you go, okay, what's going on? It's amazing how that can bring other things up for you. If you're in a job that you're not appreciated for, if you're in a job where you've come up against constant barriers or stress or everything else, that is the universe. You know how we said the universe calls us to do something? It actually calls us to do something. When things aren't working out, particularly in the work field, you are being called to look at your work. Look at what you feel about your work, what you feel you'd rather be doing actually, or what you feel more motivated toward being doing. And we all know about the money side of things, which cannot be disregarded, but there are ways that you can work yourself into that situation. And I've said before that if it's that you've had indications for a while, if you've had one little nudge or two little nudges or three little nudges, then that means actually start looking at it, looking forward, looking at whatever it is you'd feel you'd like maybe to be involved with. This again goes in the line of doing things that are different maybe than you've ever done before. You know, there's all those volunteer stuff for places you don't even want to go. You just don't know what you're going to learn. I can tell you that if your job is not working, if you have felt like, oh, I'd rather be doing something else, and you've felt like that more than 3 times over a period of time, definitely do something, because you will get another nudge, but it'll come with more problems. It's almost like the problems at work get worse and worse and worse and worse, because it's the universe pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing you to do something different. The universe is saying, you've done everything here. There's nothing more for you to do, nothing more for you to learn. Let's step forward. Let's do something different. Look at yourself, look at the direction you would like to go. We've talked a little bit about this before, but September particularly, when there's new things happening, there's new growth, there's new energy, there's that inspirational energy as well. It's how can I do what I'd like to do while I'm still doing this, and how can I slowly extract myself from this job? Now, some of you who have had health issues, that's a big push. That's just going too much. This is not working for you to the point that it is making you ill. So change something. And for some of you, that means the excuse not to work because you can't, but you don't want it to get to that stage. So this is the month to be able to do something about that, okay? And also follow the little signs we always talk about, the signs, the coincidences, things that happen in threes always, are pointing you in a direction. Little random things that just pop up and you go, you know, oh, what's that? Interesting, I've never seen that before. That's got some indication of what you can be doing, what you could be doing, pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, like I always say, and putting them together. But don't stress over it. Please don't stress over it, and don't worry about it. Do what you feel is right. If you make your mind up that you are going to change your work, then no bad stuff will happen, okay? If you ignore it and you carry on and you push against the wall, you will be encouraged gently to to change, to move in a different area of work. And I don't want that to sound terrible. It's just important. It's just more important than you think, to get out of where you are and do something else. Anything. And then the other area for September was money. So anything with money this month is brilliant. Anything you do with money. So it's good for new money cycles, new kinds of money coming in. You being able to find new ways to get more money in, and being more creative about it maybe. But I had some little examples. You know, it's even like by the end of the month you'll have some sense of achievement, okay, around money, if you actually take any step this month toward improving your finances. So if you wanted to pay off a loan, if you wanted to take out a loan for a special project, both of those you would still feel satisfied at the end of the month. If you were to save even a little bit of money in a money jar somewhere, you would feel like you can save money with your power. You can save money on your groceries. You could save money by just doing something little and different, and that's what it's about this month. Any successes that you feel with money and finances and your security this month will actually carry forward for that next year. So whatever you start now this month will actually continue through for a whole year. So it is up to you to actually do stuff like save, like take out that loan, or like pay out that loan, off that loan, or make those little changes. But the guarantee is that you will feel better about things in the future. So from that, we'll just have a look at three general cards for September as well for everybody, just to see what else is coming up for September. Now that I've talked about that, and I'll turn that over and focus just on September and all of you out there. So let's look. Right, so we have already experienced this. Well, no, that was August, so we're in September now. So we've experienced changes this month. Not yet this month, because we've only just started it. There will be again. This is a year of change. It was massive change. It was double change. It wasn't just one big, the coronavirus. It's everything, and we can all see that whole stack of cards that it's changing in every way. So there is something still more this month that comes your way that could come as a little bit of a surprise. And I'd just like you to see it like this way. I've just been talking about work and relationships and money, so it can come as surprises or out of the blue or as a bit of a wake-up call. there are all those little things, like whatever changes you start to make will actually make a dramatic kind of difference. I'll say it that way. And when I say I'll say it that way, it's because it's actually the best description of the changes that are coming up. And I question whether it's on a world stage when I get a card. But there are some positives coming out of things this month that will just, it's almost like breaking out and breaking free from some of the constraints we've felt that we're under. Now, I will have a little look at another card for this month, September, for everybody. That is, dare yourself. It's actually along the lines of what I said before, but this is more about dare yourself to do something that you are uncomfortable about, or that you may be just not so sure about. Challenge yourself to make it simple. Cut it down to simple facts, simple steps. And it's the moon. Sorry, I realised I'm not showing you the cards. So we've got the moon, and the moon is reflective. It means look at yourself, look at what you want to do, particularly with your work area, because that's where it came up with work. Your imagination is wonderful, but it's terrible when you're looking at taking a step forward. So please question it. Please look at the reality of the situation, reality of things that are coming your way. But dream big. Seems to be a very active month for your subconscious. So a lot of stuff coming up to be cleared. A lot of revelations that come up in life and in your life and other people's life around you. And I just got the words, it's a crazy good month. Just so in case, you know, anything I said. Crazy good month. So now I just look at one more card and I will get an idea of now, avoid being impatient and trying to push things. It's not the month to push things along, to be really focused and driven in a way that you are shutting the rest of the world out or other possibilities out. This is the month where you actually walk through with your eyes open and you look around and you go, what else is there? Or what's going on out there that I haven't seen before? And you take it a little bit more slowly. It is a month where a lot is happening. A lot is happening in the background. We have the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man says, hang around. Just hang on a minute, you know, there's something else working its way out here. If you rush too fast, you're going to miss this. And we said about the money being like really good this month. So if you're looking for how you can have extra money or feel more secure, then don't rush round. Just pace yourself. Just wait and see. And it is about measuring yourself when, if you're in a job you don't like, and working out how you can extract yourself from that job patiently. There is a timing factor always that comes into things like this, and it seems to be that the best things happen when we are wondering what's going to happen. So a little bit of wondering what's going to happen can be really helpful to you this month. All in all, it's a month of surprises. It's a month of being able to exceed your expectations, to achieve a lot more than you set out to do, to expand your horizons, or your ability to absorb a lot more information about a lot more things that are more useful to you in your life. And on that note, I will love and leave you until the middle of the month, and I have a special guest coming in middle of the month who was supposed to be here last month. But if you would like an individual tarot reading with me, or a life coaching session, or anything on past lives, or well, anything in that area at all, just give me a ring. 027 4166 545 or 844 7531, which you will need to leave a message, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And on that note, I wish you well for the month of September. It brings so much promise, and we will meet again in the middle.